What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. We have a really special video for you all. We're about to head to my good friend's house in hopes of seeing some crazy fish, crazy reptiles, some giant lizards, all kinds of really cool stuff. Now, this is a private collection, so it's in his house. I can't wait to go tour it. I've never been there before, so I wanted to bring you all along and check out all the insane stuff he has. So we're gonna go load the car right now, and I'll pick up the camera on the way there. All right, guys, we just put up to Brian's house, and I have no idea what to expect. I can't wait to see all the crazy stuff he has. So let's go ahead and head inside, and then we'll pick up the camera once we see Brian.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Not much.
I see you. Glad I finally made it out, guys. I've been friends with Brian for, what, like 3 years on Facebook?
At least that long.
At least like
longer.
3 years. So he's got a lot of crazy stuff. He posted all on Facebook, too, so we'll definitely have to put a link to his channel at the end of this, that way you can check it out. But as you can see behind me, like, check this out, guys. This is just one of the crazy things he has. So we're gonna give you all a tour of the entire place. Brian's gonna kind of walk us through and then show us some of the fish he has as well. Snakes, lizards,
Caiman, Euromastics, turtles.
all kinds of crazy
Lots of
stuff.
stuff.
But this enclosure is insane. This is just one of the crazy stuff he has. So let's go ahead and get this tour started, and we'll have Brian show us around. So, all right, Brian. So I see this huge enclosure behind us right here. What is in this?
This enclosure has an Asian water monitor, a female. She's about 6 feet long. She's 3 years old, and yeah, she's awesome.
Pretty crazy. This thing. Did you build this yourself?
Yep, everything in there is built by
You can
me.
see her back there. Get a
Yeah.
good shot. She's kind of hiding back there, but we're definitely gonna have to get her out. And she's super friendly, correct?
She is inside the enclosure.
Yeah, inside the enclosure, yeah. And you see back there, I don't know if y'all can tell, there's a big water feature back there, which is really cool. I know you said, I think I followed along a little bit of Facebook, but you built this entire thing by yourself.
Yep.
And pretty much made like the ultimate lizard paradise / heaven. So
Yeah.
as you can see, he's got all the stuff for her to climb on. This is a 6-foot lizard, and this is something that I've actually considered getting for myself because they're actually kind of a semi-aquatic lizard, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna get her out. Her name is Jupiter, and she is absolutely amazing. So let's get a good shot at her and kind of just, maybe we'll feed her too, if sounds good with
Yeah.
you, Brian.
Excellent.
Awesome. All right, Brian, I'm gonna let you take it away, man. You're the expert on this, and I've never fed a lizard in my entire life, so
All right.
go right for it.
We got the big pot here. She sees you guys, so she's a little on edge right now. But normally she would be standing at the glass ready when she's seen this silver pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed her. Hopefully she cooperates, but I think she's a little bit weirded out by you guys. But Juice, come on, come on, come on,
Oh, there she goes.
come on, Juice,
Dude, she is huge.
come on, come on, come on, up here, come on.
Wow, that's crazy.
But as you can probably tell, she's maybe a little bit sketched out because she's not used to this many people.
Used to a crowd.
Yeah, but she's
Wow,
okay.
she is
She's
so
just
cool.
She's just taking a second to see what's
Whoa,
Here,
that's
right
so
here,
crazy.
dude.
So as you can tell, you've obviously worked with her for a long time. I don't know if is this a captive bred one or a wild caught?
Nope, she's wild caught.
Wow.
She got that one.
She's
quick.
amazing.
You kind of learn to read their body signal or body language, I guess you could say. It's like, you can just kind of tell when they're in the mood for something, if they're not for the
Holy
mood
cow.
for something.
That is a massive lizard. Goodness.
Yeah, like right now wouldn't be a great time to try to pet her because
She's in feeding mode, huh?
yeah.
Wow. And is this the same lizard that's in? Have you ever seen Jesse, the TV show, Mr.
Yeah.
Kipling? So is this the same species of lizard?
It is same exact species. Yep. And that one was actually produced by Jay Brewer out in California, Mrs.
Wow.
Kipling.
Yeah,
Which
Jay's
is
awesome.
Actually a Mister.
Mr. Kipling. That is so cool. And then obviously you can see her water. I'll try to get a shot of that up there, but so she has plenty of room to swim and soak. And then obviously, wow, that is such an amazing lizard, guys. Let me know if I should get one. I've always wanted one for the warehouse. I think it would be super cool, but I still have a lot of research to do. So drop a like, drop a comment if you think I should get a giant Asian water monitor. Obviously, pretty crazy animal and a big commitment. So as you can see, I think you buy them. Brian can probably talk about this, but you can buy these guys at normal pet stores, right?
You could probably find them in pet stores. You can find them at reptile shows. And even though she's a wild caught, I would always advocate for captive born and bred.
Captive
That's
bred.
the way to go.
Look at her up there. She's just chilling out. Such an amazing lizard. Well, thank you so much, Brian. We're going to continue to walk around and check out all the fish too. And then the caiman, which I've never seen before in my entire life. And then I think you have like some piranhas, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So we're going to check that out and just keep showing us around. So we are now currently entering the fish room. Check this out. We have a giant DIY pond right here that we're going to go into deep detail. Really cool catfish in there. And then check this out. What is this, Brian?
This is my 600-gallon pond. It's a total of like 850 gallons with the whole filter in the system.
This is crazy. You even got the little couch right there. Is that just for people to come hang out in? Can't wait to show you all the stuff in the fish room here. Obviously, like some of my favorite stuff. But let's check out the turtle pond real quick and see what's inside of it. So in this pond, guys, this is a 240-gallon turtle slash fish pond. I think it has some little fish down there. Are those guppies?
There's tetras, giant danios, about 5 species.
Super naturalistic too. I love the tannins in here. And then obviously a little waterfall filter right there. But I do see some turtles in here, and Brian has one right now in his hand. Check this out, guys. What is that? Is that the Mata Mata?
Yep, it's the Mata Mata.
Look at the face on that thing. Oh my gosh. That is such a prehistoric looking turtle right there. And this right here is like probably a perfect home for them.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool turtle. I think they get really, really big too. So
They do.
is that kind of a juvenile?
Yeah.
So cool. And I think I saw some other sliders in here that we might have to get out later, but they're currently hiding because we had to dig this guy out. Oh, we get one last look at him. It looks like the head on that thing is like the craziest turtle I've ever seen in my life. So sick. In front of me here, guys, we have a really cool catfish. As you can see, it's really long and slender. This looks like a tiger shovel nose, but it is actually called a firewood catfish, and it's super rare and quite pricey, and they get huge. So they'll always be long and slender like this. He is not skinny because he's underfed. That's just the style of the fish. And something really cool about the firewood catfish, hence the name, is where they are from. I think it's somewhere in South America. I could be wrong, but they are called the firewood catfish because the locals there, they didn't find any meat on them. You know, when they catch them, they like to catch them and use them for food. But since they're so skinny, they have no meat. So they'll actually use them as firewood in their fires, and I guess it kind of uses as like a starter log for their fire. So really cool fish, but here in America, they are very prized, and typically you see them anywhere from 200 plus for a baby. So really cool catfish. And now I'm gonna show you all the big 800-gallon pond, and Brian's gonna talk a little bit about it and show us, you know, what fish there's in there right now and then what fish used to be in it. So let's get to that.
All right, so like Chase said, this pond is about 800 gallons altogether. It's 10 foot by 6 foot and 24 inches deep. It's actually got a subfloor built underneath it to keep it off the concrete, to keep a good constant temperature. It's been running for about 4 years. And I used to have a bunch of really big catfish in here, a red-tailed catfish, a hybrid, a Willago, tiger shovel nose, a lot of things like that.
Some monster catfish, like huge. Some of the biggest that I've seen in the personal hobby. And as you can see, the water's still crystal clear. So, you know, I know that you take very good care of your animals. And like, even when we walked in here, guys, he had an entire chart of like all your feedings, all your maintenance, all that stuff. So Brian's like always been someone that I've just been able to like enjoy watching because he's just so, you know, always up to date on his maintenance. But
gotta be. So the reason there's not as many fish in this pond today is because a while back I made the mistake of trying to rescue some barramundi fish from jungle gyms, which are native to Australia and are very expensive in the pet trade, but they were very cheap at a fish market. So
yeah, they're, what are they, at least over $100, right, for a decent size one, you think?
probably 200.
Yeah, like
But,
very expensive fish, and they're like, what, 30 minutes from you at the was it Asian food market, or?
Yeah, it was Jungle Gyms. It's an international market. They sell
Market.
everything. They were like $10 there.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but we actually did a few videos in the last week or so at the my local Asian food market, like just saving like some bass and turtles and catfish, and like I was trying to tell everybody that a lot of these fish, even though they are food quality, like they have a lot of internal diseases, parasites. They're kind of nasty, even though that they're for human consumption. So
it was pretty cool getting the barramundi for cheap. It actually ended up costing me in the end. I used to have well over 2,000 gallons of fish tanks in this room here, and I had every kind of catfish you can probably imagine: jellycats, asperensis,
jelly.
piraiba. I had goonch. I had a lot. Walagos. And the barramundi actually had some kind of disease that I couldn't narrow down. I tried using every medicine I could to treat it. And after I realized that they were definitely not going to make it, I obviously got rid of them because they died. But it actually made its way around my entire fish room. Even though they were quarantined, it found its way through the siphon or just water here and there or whatever. But I actually
lost the same issue. It's very hard to find, and it just spreads like a wildfire, and it's like very hard to keep control. But
I lost 90% of my stock that I had.
Man, that is so bad. I mean, unfortunately, that's just the reality of the fish keeping hobby, you know. Especially with keeping larger fish. I mean, this isn't like having one beta fish tank. This is like having an entire, you know, talking about a couple thousand gallons of water. I mean, this tank is huge, and as you can see, like all the water looks perfectly fine, but sometimes you can't even detect those diseases, even if, you know, you are treating the tanks. The water looks fine, the fish look okay. But that disease can just sometimes sneak by, and I mean, what do you do, right?
Right.
This pond is so sick, guys. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but there's so much space in here. This would be such a cool like arowana tank or something crazy like that. Hopefully Brian decides to get more fish. Maybe we'll have to surprise him with something one time and bring it up here. But it has so much potential, and I'm glad that he decided to keep it, even though he went through that loss. And then in this tank, guys, it's gonna be hard to see right here, but this is his little while ago, and you can see the mouth is messed up. He actually bought it that way. It has no eyes. He practically rescued it. All right, guys, so now we're walking into Brian's snake room, and this thing is insane. He has a ton of ball pythons and then some other miscellaneous snakes that I've never even seen before. So I'm gonna let Brian do all the snake handling. I'm kind of learning about snakes myself. I've had like a corn snake before, but nothing too crazy. So let Brian show us some of his amazing snakes, and let's see what he's got.
All right, so this is Pinky. He's kind of like our snake ambassador here. He's very friendly. He goes on tours with us. He goes to the mall with us.
Mall?
Yeah, just to kind of educate people, you know, and if they are afraid. But he's a black-eyed leucistic ball python, also known as an ivory.
Super cool. So this is a ball python. I see him all the time at the reptile shows, but is this probably the most common snake you would say?
Yeah.
The species overall. What do you think, Al? You look kind of scared. You want to touch it?
Yeah. How do you touch?
Just, I mean, he won't. No matter what you do, he's not going to bite you. But I wouldn't touch him right in the face. He won't care. But he won't do anything.
Check that out. I love how white he is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's normally even more white than this, but during the winter months they do hold a little bit of shed back. So in this house,
How do I hold it?
just like that.
Holy.
Just let him kind of just support his body. You know?
Whoa. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is like the second time I ever hold a snake, but this is crazy. I'm kind of scared. I'm sure you can probably tell. This thing is so cool. Look at the face on that. They're kind of heavy, too. You would think that it wouldn't be like...
You want to see one of the really big ones?
What? This is so crazy. You can like feel its body moving. Dude, this is such a cool experience. Wow, I need to get a snake. I feel like I need to.
They're very fun.
Maybe you can help me out a little bit and like kind of get me in the snake game a little
I'll
bit.
have some more babies in July.
Guys, we've been standing here filming a little bit of the other stuff in here, and this thing has been going crazy. Can you see it hissing? Oh my gosh.
You want me to open it?
I mean, dude, if you're crazy enough, I don't know. Ellie, you want to hold it?
No.
You don't hold it?
No shot.
We still have a few more things to show you. This place is so cool, and we just don't have enough time to show everything here, but can't wait to see what's left. And then we're going to see Chico, the dwarf caiman, which is an absolutely amazing reptilian. You say reptilian?
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, let's go check out Chico. Let's see him, and then we're going to look at some of the piranhas, too, after this. So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll just keep showing you all around. All right, guys, we're at Chico's enclosure right here. This looks like an 8x4 with a water feature on the right side. But look at this guy. This is a dwarf caiman, and he looks like a dinosaur. He's hiding in his little thing right there. Let's see if we can get a shot of his face. And normally they're known to not be very nice. They're really hard to tame out. And this guy still is a little bit edgy, but look at how cool his enclosure is. So he's got that big pond right there for him to come chill in. And then obviously has this dry spot that you can even feel the heat coming out with all the lamps and stuff up there. But super cool. There he is, guys. Check that out. It's unbelievable. Oh yeah, there he is. That is crazy. He's looking like right at me. Oh, he just looks mean, doesn't he? Get that kind of look to them, like, don't mess with me. Look how cool this is. You can almost put some fish in here if you wouldn't kill them all.
He usually has a little school of tetra that live in there with him, but sometimes he makes a snack out of them.
Gets a little hungry and goes to town, huh? Right. All right, guys, this is the last thing I'm going to show you at Brian's place. It has been an incredible day here. Look how cool these piranha are. These red bellies, they're super underappreciated, I think. And I think a lot of people, they give them a bad rap because they're known to be super aggressive, but actually they're kind of a skittish fish. So really cool. All right, guys, so I was telling you all earlier of how organized you are, Brian, and look behind me, we have an entire list of his feeding and his water changes. What is this list right here, and what do you use it for?
So this list right here is for all of my reptiles besides the snakes. They have their own chart in the back room. And this is for all my fish. This is for their water changes so I don't miss anybody. This is their feeding schedules here that I mark every single day that I feed someone so I don't forget. You know, everyone is listed on here so I know who's who. All their weights and stuff is right here so I don't lose
super
track.
Cool. I need something like this to definitely just keep up. It's very easy to like lose control and be like, did I do a water change yesterday or today, or did I feed this tank and that? And especially with how much stuff you have, man. It's not like you're having, you know, 1 or 2 animals. I mean, you have an entire basement full of giant lizards, snakes, fish. I mean, and you can just looks like you're just keep expanding. So like, what are your plans for the future, and what are you looking to do with the rest of the empty space here?
Well, we're building Chico a giant enclosure next. It's going to be like 13 feet by 8 feet by ceiling height for Chico. And then we're building the Mata a new enclosure here soon. In the future, Jupiter will get a boyfriend, a big male water monitor that will actually go right beside her cage and that you can link together if I decide to breed.
It'd be so cool, guys. It has been such an awesome day here at Brian's place. Thank you so much, man, for letting us come out. I'm going to have all of Brian's stuff linked in the description below. I've been trying to get him to start a YouTube channel, or Instagram. He already has Facebook, all that kind of stuff, because he just has so much cool stuff here. And we actually met 4 years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago. I actually sold some Arapaima to Brian, so we've still talked to this day and been like a super close friend of mine, just to be able to go back and forth with animals and just enjoy what we love. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you on the next one, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out.